Hey friends, I'm Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to the show. Tonight we're going to start on the 75mm Walksnail Fractal Flywoo BetaFPV GemFan cinematic 75mm film. I already said 75mm in cinematic. Yeah, that's going to be the setup. Fractal frame. Flywoo 1002 23,500 kV motors, BetaFPV cross AIO, Walksnail kinda light. At some point, it's going to have the full Walksnail light setup. For right now, it's going to have the Walksnail light VTX with the heatsink. I am going to leave the heatsink on. The only camera that I have is this like slightly heavier one. What will be cool about this camera, though, is that if it fits, and it might not fit, we're going to look at this later, but if I can get it to fit, it's going to be zero camera angle, which will kind of be interesting. I think I actually can get it to fit. I'm going to have to mangle one of these camera mounts a little bit, and I'm going to have to mount the rear of the camera mount back behind the battery part, but I think we'll be all right. That flight footage at the beginning was not color graded or anything like that. That's straight out of the RunCam hybrid. That was one of these Ripsqueak builds. I'm not sure which one. Probably one of the ones on 1404 4500 kV motors. And it was just a crazy sunset. Like, that's just what the world looked like at that time. It was this wild, super orange sunset. So I rushed out to and went across the street to fly. That was like 6 months ago. It was the middle of the summer. So yeah. Hey, this is also a Q&A live stream, and we're going to do our 6 batteries a day. We are going to do the 6 batteries on both of the rigs that Monday night we put the peak screws into. So that's going to be the WeBleed Crown framed rig and the Meteor 65 Air framed rig. The Cockroach65 V3 framed rig is just going to hang out for a little bit. That, at this point, that's my preferred frame. Either that one or the old school Meteor 65 frame. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. At this point, you know, I think I've learned everything that I need to learn about the new lightweight frames. And we've been talking about this. The Meteor 65 Air frame is the lightest, but it's the floppiest, and it's the most fragile. So it's going to break more. You're not going to be able to run your PIDs as aggressively. You're going to have to add additional filtering for ever so slightly more latency. But it's very, very, very lightweight. And I am curious about this. I'm curious about cutting the ducts off of this and running this on the Fractal build to get the weight down as low as possible. So you're probably going to see that in the future. That is, I believe, going to be the fate of the blue. That's not it. There's a blue Meteor 65 frame. Where the hell did it go? What? What in the Sam Hill? I meant to say Meteor 65 Air frame just now. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. What, where did it go? How did I lose it? Yeah, I'm going to do one more. Hey, there it is. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more drift car chasing event with the WeBleed FPV Crown prototype V1 ducts on it, and then and that's going to be tomorrow night, and then I'm going to switch it over to something else. I want to try some other ducts on there, and I think I want to start with the light. Well, maybe the lightest. You know what I'll do is, since I've got a bag of ducts, I literally have a bag of 65. Let's do this right now. Let's myth bust the shit out of this right now. I have a bag of ducts. Let's see which ducts are the lightest. I can shill and say hi to everybody in chat in a minute, but I'm all jazzed up about this. So this is a brand new Meteor 65 Air frame. I don't think I'm really going to run these frames on... Someone just cried. Someone that needs one of these frames just cried as I ruined it. I don't think I'm going to run this frame on really much of anything, which is why I'm willing to just kind of cut it up. I mean, essentially right now what I'm trying to do is find somewhere that I'm willing to use this frame. Right now I'm not really willing to use it anywhere. Because it's kind of a freestyle frame, and it's too fragile, which would just drive me absolutely bananas. So, yeah, let's try to find... And I like the idea of saving weight on the little cinematic 75mm Fractal Walksnail build. So this could actually be really cool. This could be like the perfect use for these for this Meteor 65 airframe. The only people that I'm going to recommend that frame for freestyle or just general tiny whooping are people that really just don't crash all that much and are desperate for the lightest weight frame possible. Other than that, I can't recommend it for much of anything. The fact that it's so fragile is my main kind of gripe about it. But the fact that it's floppy, like, that just sucks. Like, the fact that you're not going to be able to run super aggressive PID gains and, you know, at the beginning of the battery, if your tune is cranked up at all, it's going to be, the PID loop is going to be overactive, just because this frame has such a hard time dealing with the vibrations coming out of the motors. Quad66 backs me up on this. His black box testing. Oh wait, no, he didn't. He doesn't have. Hey, by the way, I did some Christmas decorating in here, and the little Mavic man is reflecting in a weird way. Hold on. There we go. All right. Now he's not glaring at everyone. Actually, no. Quad66 did not test this frame, but it's just very obvious for me. It's very obvious that the frame is very loose and it's having a hard time. He is planning on black box doing some black box logs with one of these Meteor 65 airframes once he gets his hands on one. But yeah, I can't imagine that in his testing magically it's going to be different than mine. You know what I mean? You never know. I mean, maybe. But I do doubt that. So, all right. Meteor 65 Air duct. Just one duct is 0.51 grams. All right? So 0.51 grams for the Meteor 65 Air duct. That seems like it's maybe lightweight. Is it? Teddy, stop barking! No! Bad boy! No! Okay, 0.51 grams, Meteor 65 Air duct. NewBeeDrone Cockroach V3 duct. This is a prototype one. The production one might be slightly different in weight, but from their prototypes with the little carbon fiber pad on the bottom that you kind of need. Wow, I thought it was going to be way heavier because of that little chunk of carbon fiber. But it's really not. 0.56 of a gram. I'm probably going to end up trying these little ducts. That's pretty light, man. That's impressive. 0.56. Damn. Okay. So that's 0.56. The ducts that I'm currently using, which are WeBleed Crown prototype V1 in like a really stiff plastic, is... Oh my god. What? Hold on. How? That said 0.83. Now it says 0.82. What? Cockroach duct on there is 0.54. Meteor 65 Air is 0.49. WeBleed Crown is 0.82. Why is it so heavy? What in the world? I guess it's this plastic. This plastic is really high density, and it's really stiff. And I guess it's yeah, the density is making it heavy. Jesus. NewBeeDrone old school Cockroach65 duct with the 4 supports, 0.67. So that one's somewhere in between. And then Meteor 65 duct is 0.61. So I am most excited to try these NewBeeDrone ducts, to be really honest. I'm less interested in the Meteor 65 ducts because they have so many standoffs. And with the fractal frame, the carbon fiber frame itself is blocking a bunch of the thrust. So yeah, I'm most excited about the WeBleed Crown ones, which are on it currently, and the NewBeeDrone Cockroach V3. Especially now that I see what these weigh, man. This weight is pretty wild. So, yeah, Jesus, that's I did not expect that. I do not have one of these WeBleed Crown prototype frames with the less dense plastic to weigh. I can't. I'm trying to see. It has to be it has to be the density of the plastic. There's just nothing about the design of the WeBleed Crown duct that screams like, "Hey, look at me, I'm fat as hell." So it has to be this really stiff plastic that they used. That's wild. I absolutely did not expect that even a little bit. I'm shocked and appalled. I'm neither shocked nor appalled. I mean, maybe I am. Maybe. All right, here we go. So let's get this going here. I'm just gonna leave these NewBeeDrone ducts out because these are the ones that I'm gonna use for the next kind of round of messing around with that. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on these. Just, you know, like this Meteor 65 Air. Well, this is actually an interesting comparison. Regular old school Meteor 65 versus Meteor 65 Air. 0.51 versus 0.61. Interesting. 0.50 versus 0.63. This scale is being a little weird. Let me push down on the scale to 0.63 for the old school Meteor 65, 0.53 for the new school Meteor 65 Air. But yeah, man, these have an awful lot of standoffs on them. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna cut this out slowly, basically, and just wait. I'm actually surprised that the old school Cockroach ducts are. I thought they would be way heavier than that. 0.68. I mean, it is heavy. 0.68 is pretty heavy, but it's not that heavy. And what's cool about the Cockroach ducts is they have the duct itself down lower, so the propeller will ride around the duct a lot better than some of these other frames. Unfortunately, the supports are in a bad spot on the old Cockroach frame. The supports are up inside of the duct, so the propeller blades still do hit the supports. One of the things I really love about the new Cockroach V3, Cockroach65 V3, is that they fixed that, and the support does not extend up into the duct. So yeah, I think those are going to be the winners. I cannot wait for the purple version of the Cockroach65 V3 frame to come out. I'm going to get a bunch of those, and I think that's going to be like my go-to frame moving forward. Either that or the old school Meteor 65. I think, like, with what I saw in Quad 66's testing with black box logs and just the general durability of it, it's still a really good option. It's still a totally viable, as they say in the video game world, frame option. So yeah. Oh, and then I have this. Oh, but I don't have any of the little carbon fiber pads. I have another durometer of plastic. This will be a cool comparison. Cockroach65 prototype duct. So this, yeah, okay. There's really something to be said about the density of the plastic when it comes to weight. This is a nice little myth busted kind of moment. 0.74 of a gram for the Cockroach65, really stiff, really, I forget the word that I said a minute ago. 0.73 of a gram. Really stiff, really dense plastic, and then this one that's a lot less stiff is 0.54. That is without the little carbon fiber pad on the bottom. So yeah, I'm not doing that. Like it would be nice to have the extra stiffness of this, but not at that weight, not at the cost of that much weight. That's kind of silly. So that makes it an easy decision as to which one is going to be run, which is kind of nice. Not all decisions are that easy in FPV. Well, cool. That's super interesting. I'm shocked at the difference in weight. I mean, like a 0.2 gram difference with 4 of these damn things is almost a full gram. Like that's a really big deal. That's a really big weight difference. So yeah, now I'm actually considering taking these super dense WeBleed Crown glip glops off for tomorrow night. But I think I would rather do some head-to-head testing before just yanking them off. Before yanking off. I'll be damned. Yeah, 2.5 grams for 3 of these versus with the little carbon fiber pads 1.7. Good lord. And that's just for 3. So yeah, we'll try it out. And the only concern I have is these softer ones. I'm worried that when I bump into the drift cars, they're going to compress enough that the propeller stalls out, and the rig falls out of the air. So I'm going to have to kind of pay attention to how often I can bash into the little drifty boys before they implode. Know what I'm saying? All right. The dog is just freaking out. He's just completely losing his mind. He's screaming, yelling, barking nonstop. Just going completely ham shitbone. In a moment of utter stupidity last night, I downloaded Pavlov, which is a PSVR 2. It's not just for PSVR 2, but it's a VR game about it's mainly surrounding like weapon handling, like super detailed weapon handling, like taking a mag out of a pouch, putting it into the gun, cycling the charging handle. And so that was a bad idea. It makes me nauseous though, so that's fine. I won't be able to play it much. Perfect. I decorated for Christmas. Here it is. I'm not done yet, but what's that noise? The dog over there? How did he get in? He's not in. Okay. Oh man, that dive gate tower is looking a little leany though. Hold on. There we go. That's better. That's better. I was worried it was about to fall the hell over. So yeah, there's like a half-built Christmas tree. You'll see it. Because we're going to do our 6 batteries, yo. This is my full-time job, friends. If you like these live streams and would like to see them continue, I rely on you beautiful people to keep the lights on in this mother. And there's a lot of lights. Look at them all. It's expensive, man. CiottiFPV.com is the spot where you can support me for as little as like $3 a month. You can hop onto the Patreon, or you can buy yourself something nice on the Etsy store or the Teespring page. You can work one-on-one with me through Fiverr, or just message me and we'll set it up outside of Fiverr so they don't take their, whatever it is, 13%. If you want to support me directly and do like a super chat but not have YouTube take 30%, you can hit this PayPal button here. And then when you're doing an order on the internet, someone has an affiliate link to that website. I have affiliate links for WeBleed FPV, NewBeeDrone, FPV Cycle, Amazon, GetFPV, Oh My God, Brain3D, HD0, Flywoo, Emacs, Banggood, Camera Butter, AliExpress. These are the majority of my favorite websites. So they're the ones that I've asked if I could join their affiliate program, and the majority of them have said yes. So at some point before you check out, to any website, to any orders you're doing on the internet, especially around Christmas time, think of those of us that are making content for you to watch on YouTube. Try to find an affiliate link and just click it really quickly. It's at any point before you check out, and we will be eternally grateful because it's free money, yo. Like, it doesn't affect you in any way other than the fact that you have to click the link. Some folks have changed their bookmarks to these websites with my affiliate links. Some folks have changed, I personally have changed my address bar autofill to be my affiliate link. So, like, I don't really use bookmarks anymore. I just type AMA for Amazon and it suggests my affiliate link. If it wasn't suggesting my affiliate link, I could just click this little button over here that says remove suggestion, and then I could go to my own affiliate link a couple times, and then it would start suggesting my own affiliate link. So you guys can do that if you don't use bookmarks anymore. That's how you support me, my friends. In the chat, Bob Bruce was first, FPV Super Trucker was next, Frank Nicholas, Freeload Joe Hockey Rounds, WeBleed FPV Northern Tier, Mr. Dud, Lucky, Sky Sailor, Douglas Otwell, Ethan W., Brandon Woodford, Kevin Sumner, Hockey Rounds again, Brandon Woodford again, Mick Mucus, FP Avery, Tongue Out FPV, We Bleed again, Jal FPV, Scott FPV, CQB FPV, so many FPVs, Denzel the Terrible Fun Pervol, Metal Dartskin's in the house. I saw Metal Dirtskin on some of his footage on 28 grams. Bot Grinder's very, very, very cool Tiny Whoop film. Really well done. Riot 9, Brandon Woodford. I'm going to start missing people. I'm trying not to repeat names over and over and over again. Ricardo's in the house. Kunzi is here. IB674H is here. AJ Farah. I think I got mostly everybody. Riot 9. What's up, friends? Thanks for hanging. There's a poll. This is going to be the most important moment maybe ever. We're going to start a poll here. And the history of this live stream could forever change. This is serious. All right, here we go. There it is. Make sure you get involved. Be a part of the community. There it is. 100% go to hell. There it is. Done. That's what I wanted to see. Whoever the first person was that immediately went with go to hell, fucking A, you did not let me down. All right, stop voting for go to hell now. I need to actually know. You jerks. It's still 50% go to hell. Well, it was 100%. Now it's only 50% go to hell. Stop voting for go to hell. Vote for an actual color. You're getting the answer right so far. All right. Hey, if you want to talk to me in the chat, all you got to do in Chad, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV. You don't have to put the @ but you can if you want. Today is December 6th. It's a Wednesday. Go to hell. Kevin Sumner says, how did you get the sky that color in this video? Was it natural? Did you mess with it? Talked about that. It was the craziest sunset ever. Kevin Sumner, CiottiFPV.com link. Thank you, dude. Freeload, you're dropping the Patreon link. Thank you, dude. BetaFPV says, I tried to get those Grinderino prints in the mail to you today, but everything went wrong. Hopefully tomorrow. It's all good, man. It's all good. I've got, some zip ties and stuff holding it together, so it's fine. You guys haven't seen me flying it because the weather's been horrible, and I just haven't gotten it up in the air yet. But it is in the on-deck circle. It is sitting right over here. I need to get Walksnail bound. I need to do beta flight things, and I need to get the ELRS module in it bound as well. And then I'll be able to batter the living shit out of it. Which is exciting because it has these invincible X-Nova 1804s, which CMYK has recently proven are not indestructible. They are strong as hell, but they are not indestructible. Which, nothing's indestructible, but hey. Ricardo says, have you ever tried stabilizing a Walksnail 1S VTX footage with flight controller's data gyro using gyroflow? Would the footage be any decent? Thanks. I have not, because of two reasons. The main reason is that I didn't think that the Walksnail light had... I don't think... I do not think that the Walksnail light records gyro data. I would love it if it did, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Please prove me wrong, though, somebody, maybe? With actual data, not just... Don't just type, yes, it does, unless you know for sure that it does. The other reason that I haven't done it, that I wouldn't do it anyway, is that, especially when I'm chasing the little RC drift cars, the quality of the video is just not quite good enough. Whenever you run footage through Real Steady Go or GyroFlow, the only way for it to level the horizon and stabilize the footage is to zoom in. So you better be giving it really high quality footage so that when it zooms in, it doesn't look like ass. The footage that comes out of the Walksnail stuff is shockingly good, but it's not that good. Like, it's good when it like as it is, but if you started to zoom in on that footage, I mean, like look how bad this looks. And again, it's mainly because there's not much light in here, but like this looks like shit, man. Like it doesn't look like shit. It's just rough. The lack of light really has this thing struggling, and there's these horizontal lines, and like, yeah, it's not a good fit for this particular situation. That being said, when there is enough light, it actually looks really nice. It just doesn't look good enough to run it through GyroFlow and have it cropping in and whatnot. So I don't know if I ever will, which is fine. You know, like most of the stuff that I'm gonna do with it, it's not gonna benefit from like that level of smoothness, right? Like it's a tiny whoop, it's raw, it's bouncing around, it's so yeah, I don't know. On one hand, like it would be really cool to be able to horizon lock the footage of the RC drift cars, but man, horizon lock will sometimes make it really zoom in. Just stabilizing the footage without horizon lock is really all that I would do. But to be honest, like I've worked so hard to fly incredibly smooth over the years so that I don't have to run it through stabilization software. And like, this is one of the reasons why, right? Like Real Steady's been around for a long time. And I've never wanted to, and yeah, I understood how it was working, how it was going to work. And I said, well, you know, like that's great and all, but I'm going to bust my ass to learn to fly really, really, really smooth so that I can maintain all of the pixels coming out of the sensor. You know, especially if I'm going to continue flying a GoPro, right? Like, so yeah, those are kind of the reasons why. Somebody proved me wrong though about the Walksnail light. I would love it if the Walksnail light setups did record gyro data. That would be awesome. WeBleed says it's called Toughen PA. I threw it back away, but yeah. So it's like kind of a yellowish material. Doesn't really matter because they're not going to make the frames with it. When by the time the first round of prototype frames showed up with that material as one of them, WeBleed had already said like, yo, there's one of the frames in there that's really stiff. Don't even bother. It's just going to explode. I guess the first person that tested it, it just immediately cracked. And when I had it out at the chasing the little drift cars last week, I broke one of the ducts on like a pretty nothing crash because I didn't really crash it hard at all. I don't remember. I don't know when it broke, but there were no big crashes. So it broke on a small crash. Welcome to prototype testing, yo. All right. IB674H says YouTube just did the thing. That's not what he said. He said, would buying a Mobula 7 and throwing it in the F75 frame fly okay? I don't know what the F75 frame is. What's that? Oh, Fractal. Okay. Would buying a Mobula 7 and throwing it into the Fractal frame fly okay? Your definition of okay is completely different than mine. I have incredibly impossible standards. So for me, no, it wouldn't fly okay. But the damn thing doesn't fly okay as it is right now. Like a stone stock Mobula 7 doesn't fly okay in my opinion. So putting it into the Fractal frame would make it slightly worse. Basically, when you go from a regular Tiny Whoop frame to a Fractal frame, here's what happens. It gets heavier. It makes less thrust. It has less efficiency. Mainly because the thrust and efficiency are a factor of the Fractal frame not perfectly lining up with the standoffs in the ducts. So when you fly it regular, the amount of things blocking the thrust are just these standoffs here, right? So 4 standoffs that have been kind of molded to be taller than they are wide, right? So the frame manufacturers knew that these were going to be in the airflow, so they made the standoffs like this. Well, I mean more like that, but they're taller than they are wide, so the air is going to rush past them. The Fractal frame is kind of sort of the opposite, where it's either square or it might be wider than it is tall. And so when you go to the Fractal frame, you take the existing obstructions and you add additional obstructions that are less aerodynamic. So you lose efficiency, you lose thrust, you gain weight because the amount of plastic that you cut out weighs less than the amount of carbon that you're adding here. You also lose durability mainly on your motors because you are hard mounting the motor to carbon fiber. So when you start crashing into stuff, instead of the duct and the motor deforming all at once, the motor is solidly mounted. So the duct takes the hit, it pushes into the propeller, which pushes into the motor, which eventually bends the motor shaft. What you gain, though, which is amazing, is no ducts in view, which is especially evident on a 75mm build. On a 65mm build, as we've found out with the freestyle Walksnail 65 build, there's barely any duct in view. Mainly because the camera is sitting a little bit higher because of the height of the Walksnail VTX. But if you check out the most recent edit that I've got up here, this is filmed on that rig, and there is almost no duct in view down here. I mean, it's on the left side here, it's covered up by my big dumb face, but it's on the left, it's pretty much the same as on the right here, and it's just all the way down in the corner. Like, it's there, for sure it's there. But it's really not very noticeable. And this is what the Walksnail setups can do with a little bit more light. This was a couple of months ago before the sun was going down so early. And so there's a whole bunch of sunlight pouring in here, so I don't have that ugly horizontal banding. But if you freeze a frame, I'm trying to find a frame there's not so much motion in. Hold on. Come on. Stop moving so much. Me from the past. Come on, just give me a moment of, like, not total chaotic flying. Come on. There we go. So you can see, like, the quality is really decent for what it is, but if you took this frame and you start cropping in on it, it's just, you're just going to exaggerate all of this garbage that's kind of going on. When you know, so this is called, in the photography world, this is called pixel peeping. I mean, actually, this would be pixel peeping, is literally like looking at individual pixels. But, you know, just kind of like looking at the details of stuff, like this, you know, it's just gonna, it's not gonna look great. You do not want to crop in on the Walksnail footage. It's just not quite good enough for that. This is the price you pay for a 6-gram VTX and camera, right? Like, something's got to give. And like raw video quality is what we're giving up. But the benefits are great latency, an ecosystem that's like awesome. There's a whole bunch of different cameras, a bunch of different VTXs, and yeah, it's just like a really solid. It seems like a really, really solid system. So I still think Walksnail is the best of the digital systems, but yeah, it's not. It was never meant to be, and it is not a split HD video recording FPV system like the O3 air unit is. It's meant to be an FPV system, and the fact that we can get some cinematic-ish footage out of it is unbelievable to me. The fact that we can get 1080p 60 frames off of the VTX is just nuts. And so, yeah, I'm going to do it. So there's the answer to your question, brother. So my question to you would be, why do you want to put a Mobula 7 into a Fractal 75 frame? In my opinion, the only reason to do it, there are two reasons to do it. The one reason to do it is because Infinity Loops does it, and his flying looks awesome. What you want to understand is that he is one of the best pilots on Earth, and you are not going to be able to do anything that he can do with the Fractal frame, and it is going to make your life more difficult than just leaving it in the regular frame, because you're going to lose power, you're going to lose thrust, you're going to gain weight, all the reasons we've talked about. The other reason, the real reason to do it, and in my opinion, kind of the only reason to do it, is that it gets the ducts out of view. So if you absolutely have to have no ducts in view, the Fractal frame is amazing. I forgot. There is a third reason. The third reason is that it puts the camera down really low. So if you're going to try to chase RC drift cars like I'm doing, it actually makes sense, because if you're going to try to do it at a really high level, let me preface that. If you're just going to go have fun and just chase RC drift cars around and have the best time of your life, you don't need the Fractal frame. But if you're going to try to like really get down and dirty and really get low on these cars, and make like the best possible footage you can, if you look at the location of the camera between these two, and you think about the fact that these RC drift cars are this tall, with this rig, that is the absolute lowest that I can get the camera. If I am scraping on the ground, the camera is going to be about midway from the height of these little RC drift cars. Realistically, I'm going to be flying it up here, and my camera is going to be even with like the top of the car, and I want to get lower. And to get lower, you can use the Fractal frame where the camera is here. So at its lowest point, my camera is even with like the fucking middle of the wheel, which is awesome. Realistically, I'm going to be up a little bit, and my camera is going to be dead center in the middle of the door, which is going to look amazing. So that's the other reason that the Fractal frames really have an advantage, is that the camera is lower. I mean, the two reasons are that it's lower and it's farther forward. It's farther forward to get the ducts out of view. It's lower, in this case, to give you a lower camera angle. It actually does make it easier to fly, though. Because the camera is lower, when you get really low to the ground, like the carpet is like half of your frame, and it's really obvious that you're super low. With the regular tiny whoops and the camera being elevated like this, it's not nearly as obvious, and you'll scrape the ground and bounce all over the ground a little bit more. So yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it's a thing for sure, and it's a thing that I've definitely noticed. Man, I'm so tempted to take these ducts off, because I know that I'm going to break another one. I'm going to take these ducts off because I don't want to go tomorrow night and then have another one of these break. And it's also just heavy with these ducts, and I don't want that extra weight. I want to lighten this thing up as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to try. This will be good. I'm going to try the Cockroach65 ducts for a little while. When the WeBleed Crown frame, when the production WeBleed Crown frame comes out, I'm going to move it over to those for sure. Because they were the WeBleed Crown frame was designed by Eves, who makes these fractal frames. So I can't help but wonder if there's some magic between the fractal frame and the WeBleed Crown ducts. Yeah, and they've got these little the little pointy crown things. When this guy's upside down, they potentially help with turtle mode, which is pretty cool. I've put this gigantic TrueRC antenna on it, so it sits on that antenna. So I don't think it's actually helping my particular build. But yeah, if I didn't have this antenna, the little pointy boys would actually help it to turtle mode back over, which is kind of cool. So yeah, there's that. Kevin James says, hello CiottiFPV and everyone. What's up, dude? Kunzi says, what's the best tiny whoop camera? There's no such thing as best. There's just different. The best tiny whoop so if you're an FPV reviewer here on YouTube, then the best FPV camera is whichever one came out the most recently, because for reviewers, every single brand new product is the best new product that's ever been made. Make sure you click that affiliate link so I can get paid. Hey, that rhymed. So yeah, it's really, so throw the word best completely out the window because it's meaningless. There's no such thing as best. What I think is the best for a camera is completely different than every single other person on earth. What I think is the worst camera, you could think is the best camera. So what you want to do is take a look at the cameras that are compatible with the canopy that you're going to run and with the setup that you're going to run. And then just search for the names of those cameras here on YouTube and watch a bunch of flight footage with them and figure out which one you like the best. That's all that matters. There just is no best. In my opinion, the Mobula 6 canopy is so much better than all of the other canopies that I just run the camera that works with this canopy, which is the Runcam Nano 3, which also happens to be one of the lightest weight. So yeah, the analog is going to look bad pretty much no matter what. So I really personally don't care about the camera as long as it's not like awful. And the Runcam Nano 3 is not awful. And so it is definitely my choice. It's the lightest. It fits in this canopy that's the lightest and the strongest. And like that's right there. Done. Are there cameras that look different? Yep, for sure. That you might like the look of better? Yep, for sure. But they're going to be heavier. They're probably not going to work with this canopy. So you're going to add a half a gram, a gram and a half to a rig that adding that much weight is going to significantly affect the flight performance. And that's a deal breaker for me. Since analog is going to look like ass anyway, the analog camera that I use is pretty low on the list of priorities. All the other things that analog does well are where the priority is going to be. Durability, lightweight, it just fucking works. It breaks up nice and gently. Lot of benefits to analog. And yeah, just one of the benefits of analog is not how good it looks. So don't, in my opinion, obsess or even really care much about how good it's going to look. Just let it look the way it looks. Get a decent camera that supports all of the other priorities, right? And let her rip, yo. CMYK says, what's good? What's up, homie? Bob Noxious says, what are your whoop builds weighing in at? These little Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoops are in the 18 gram range, anywhere from 18 to 19 grams. Dry. These are all dry weights. I don't remember the all-up weights for some reason. The Walksnail Freestyle build is 26.2. This thing is going to get a little bit lighter, but at the moment it is 27.6. That's not too bad. 27.6 versus 26.1. Gram and a half heavier, 26.2 rather. Gram and a half heavier in the fractal frame with these heavy ducts. It'll get a little bit lighter once I swap those ducts out. That ain't bad. What frame is this in? This is in an old school Meteor 65 frame, so this is kind of a heavier frame. But it's a heavier freestyle build, so I wanted the stronger frame so that it would hold up in slams. The tiny lifters are absurdly heavy for tiny whoops, but I mean, they have to be. That's about it. What should we... looks like you guys answered the poll correctly. The ducts on this cinematic 75mm fractal Walksnail build are indeed going to be black. With 42% of the vote, black wins. White only got 21% of the vote. And Go to Hell got 37% of the vote. We're going to end that poll. It just changed. As soon as I hit end, somebody voted. YouTube just did the thing. Trying to find my place. There we go. CMYK says, random car-related question. Do you know of a wall mounting solution for an old steering wheel? There are 3D prints that you can get to do it. And then I know that there are companies that make square frames that the wheel will sit into, which looks really classy. But yeah, cheapest way to do it is on Thingiverse. I know that there are Thingiverse mounts that have the Momo mounting pattern, or the Momo steering wheel mounting pattern is the most popular one. But there's another company that uses a slightly different mounting pattern that I can't think of what they are. But yeah, Thingiverse will have it for you. All right, cool. Let's do our 6 batteries a day together. Who's flying with me on this one? 6 batteries are ready. We're going to put these through the WeBleed Crown frame with the WeBleed Peak screws, and we're going to put it through the BetaFPV Meteor 65 airframe with the BetaFPV Peak screws. The main difference between the WeBleed, the two main differences between the WeBleed and the BetaFPV Peak screws are, see if I can show you this. The WeBleed Peak screws are conical. There you go. They are conical headed and they are a little bit longer. And then the BetaFPV Peak screws are more of a button head and they're significantly shorter. So for example, when I put Peak screws onto the Cockroach65 frames, they're going to be they're going to have to be the BetaFPV Peak screws because they're shorter, and because without the carbon fiber brace, the Cockroach65 motor mount base part of the frame is really, really, really thin. So I will need to use these there. But on the WeBleed Crown frame, you can absolutely use the conical WeBleed screws, and I will, because I am going to have a WeBleed Crown build that lives forever. This with the WeBleed Screamers and whatnot. This Meteor 65 airframe, I kind of can't wait for it to break so that I can take it apart and do something else with it, because I'm just not impressed with this frame at all. If it doesn't break soon, I'm just going to pull it apart. But I think the frame is pretty close to breaking. Maybe tonight's the night. Let's find out. Transmitter coming on. I did plug in the new goggle battery from CMYK. Thank you again for that, brother. So it is back to fully charged. All right, Meteor 65 airframe, happy model F4 AIO, tinywhoop.com 0702 30,000 kV motors, Runcam Nano 3 camera and Mobula 6 canopy, BT 2.0. Gemfan biblades, 1210 biblades. Here we go! MFers. Why is the left screen so cloudy? Because it's fucking filthy, that's why. Man, after using like PSVR 2 for a while, Jesus Christ, FPV goggles are so much... They're just so much easier to like wear and use and live with and all the things. Look at this sad ass. Oh, you fart. Look at this sad ass beginning to a Christmas tree. No, no! It ate me already. Oh, screw you! No! Oh. What? No. No. No! Oh. Unbelievable. Unbelievable! How did I... How? How's that even possible? Alright, here we go. It's kind of a mess down here, so the crashes are going to result in me having to take walks more often than normal. Alright, let's get... Alright, let's get into it here. Okay, so there's some new... Alright, let's get into it here. So there's some new obstacles. I remember from last year hitting this sad Charlie Brown Christmas tree quite a bit. There's some shit that I hung up on the ceiling, some little metal snowflakey boys I gotta try to avoid. We've, of course, got the green and red lighting, because it's just easy to do. Got some stuff going on up here I gotta try to avoid. Let's see what we can do. The Simrig has a new home. With the VR goggles, I can run the Simrig right here. Just pulled out from the wall a little bit. It's kind of great. I really dig it. Versus when I run it with the TV, I have to move the I have to slide the Simrig all the way over here so that I can get it, you know, like looking straight at the TV, and so I can get the 3-channel surround kind of working properly. Woo, boy! I think this is an older battery because it has felt like shit the whole time. And it just died after like 1:50 of just loafing around the room. It is indeed. It is a red marker battery. That's one of the oldest batteries I have. So that makes sense. Let's put another one through it. Frame is still in one piece. Peak screws are all there. Man, double durability testing tonight, yo. Here we go. What's that beep? I don't know what that beep is. Oh, it's when it's getting telemetry. Much better. Great. Whoa! Oh my god, come on now. Come on, come on. Oh, we got there, but then just completely failed. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Yes, yes. Look at this shit, yo. The PSVR headset fits perfectly right there. Couldn't believe it. I think this is the rig with the VTX that's on its way out. Ah, there it is. The Charlie Brown tree got me. First of many. First of many. Oh my god, I hit it again! No. 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 Yes. Ow. This is just me flying like an imbecile at the moment. caught it, but I didn't get any rearward momentum to get out of the damn thing. Oh, what did I even hit? Oh my god! Oh! Stop it! You let me fly. Talked a lot in therapy yesterday about how angry I get when I'm flying tiny whoops. So, don't expect if you found it to be funny. Yeah, I mean it'll come back out at some point for sure, but it should be less. Ah, god damn you! Come on. It is the mega power loop is really tough. Oh, you got to get like a ton of height, but you also have to like not go a millimeter too high, and you've got to generate like all this rearward momentum. Oh no, man, I wasn't even close on that one. Jeez. No, 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 don't you dare. Haha, I win. I also moved some of the lamps around, you might have noticed. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, come on now. Don't do me like that. Oh my god, twice in a row. Go to hell. Ooh. No, what? 3 times in a row? Scumbagging me. Come on. What is this shit? I'm hitting the top. That's what I'm doing. Oh, no. Oh, you fucking bastard, you. I told you to come back. Oh, my God. Here we go. More crashing. I mean, you know, it is abuse testing. You don't have to be a good pilot for abuse testing. You have to crash a lot. And good lord. Okay. It's going well. Oh no! That was a hard hit, actually. I've been being like way more aggressive with flying through the drum set because it is filled with metal poles and shit. Oh, that was hot. It's filled with like, you know, things that will put a lot of stress into these frames. Don't make me walk again. No, I have to walk. It's sitting at 3.3 volts. This battery is gonna catch on fire. Oh, another abused battery dies a miserable death. Put it right on the charger. It's a blue marker one. 3.4 volts. That's not too bad. You like that? All right, last one going through the airframe. How the hell did that happen? The antenna came all the way unplugged. Peak screws are still all intact. Frame is still alive and kicking. No clue how this antenna came unplugged because the canopy, like I thought, it basically pushed down on the UFL to like keep it plugged in, but I guess not, because I mean obviously it doesn't, because if that was true, this literally would not have been able to come unplugged, and it obviously has, because I'm looking right at it. So hold on, just getting it plugged back in here. I've not had a horrible, I mean, I've had these come unplugged maybe once or twice, but it's not a thing that happens a lot. Let me fix it right. I'll put a a little blob of welder on it and it won't come back off. Get out of the way. Things on desk. The welder's not going to be dry, so hopefully I don't knock it off in the next battery, but I'll check it. So, here we go. Come on, jerk. Come off of there. All right, so we're going to plug it in and get it into position. And then welder the shit out of it. So in position means it's basically right there. So I'm going to put a little blob. So this is how I do the welder on the, I guess I've never shown this. This is how I do the welder on the UFLs. I just pick one side of the UFL and I just come in here at an angle and just push like a big ass blob out so that the blob like wraps a little bit around the UFL, and it also like hits the PCB, and then that's it. It'll naturally kind of pull some of it back into the nozzle, and that's fine. You don't need a lot of it. You just need a bridge between the PCB and the UFL, and then you'll be good to go. I like to also kind of check it, just to kind of look to make sure it's really pushing down on the PDB. And now in this case, we will quickly put the canopy back on it in case the we don't need to do quick. We don't need to be quick. It takes 24 hours to cure, but I want to make sure that the canopy doesn't move the head of the antenna in a way that the UFL needs to then like kind of rotate, basically. But it looks like I had it pretty much right, so we're good. All right, so that's set. Drop these screws in, and we'll be back in business. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let this one rest for the rest of the day. I'm going to let this cure. We'll fly this again on Friday. I will put the next 4 batteries through the WeBleed rig and really stress the hell out of it. You know what? No, we'll do 2, 2, 2, and 2. I flew 2 batteries on this. We'll do 2 batteries on the WeBleed rig. We'll do 2 batteries on the Cockroach65 rig. And that'll keep all this testing dialed in. That's fine. I just use really light pressure. To tell when these things are tight enough, I just kind of use like 2 fingers on the smallest part of the screwdriver, and that just makes it really evident when they start to when the tension starts to kind of build up. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm gonna let this cure. We'll give this guy a little break for the afternoon. Next up is the Cockroach65 V3 rig, my current personal favorite, lightweight, tiny whoop frame. I forgot to take the battery out of that rig. So yeah, that antenna not being connected would explain why the video was looking like shit a little bit ago. Other side of the room, and the video's blinking all over the place through a rapid fire. I'm like, wait, what? That's not right. Here we go! This one has 0702 32,000 kV motors. Other than that, though, the setup is completely the same. Well, I mean, of course, the frame. No, this is the one with the angry VTX. I can absolutely feel the difference that the 32,000 kV motors make. Oh! Rocket ship right into the gate. Oh God. Here we go. Woo! I can't believe I caught that. That was... Fuck off. Here we go! Whoa! Big power loop. Can we do it? I cheated it. Good. I'm glad it hit because that was just awful. I had nothing to look at when I did that front flip. When you're gonna do that, if you want to do that move, make sure there's something to look at when you flip back down, right? So like if you're gonna do that move, it's hard to do it in here because there's just so much stuff. But like let's say I'm gonna do that move over the coffee table. Like the coffee table is my subject, right? So like, you know what I mean? Like don't just do it. Like, all right, so you wouldn't do it like here. You're just looking at the ground. Like, the ground is not a good enough subject. Do it over, like, a thing. Like, do it over the drum set. You know what I mean? Have a subject. Just sitting it down into its own prop wash there. Best thing about the old school Meteor 65 frame is how unbelievably aggressive you could make the PIDs and the filters. None of these lightweight frames, I mean, go fucking figure, right? But none of these lightweight frames can match that. This Cockroach frame could, if you were to run the carbon fiber brace, but then it would no longer be lightweight. It would actually be heavier than the original Meteor 65 frame. And it would also be really hard on the motors, so yeah, don't do that. 3.89, good to go. All right, cool. One more battery here, and then we're gonna finish strong with the WeBleed Crown prototype frame build. This is a gold marker battery, which means it's gonna be filled with fireballs and anger and rage and me peeing. Come on. Come on. Oh! No. Come on. Get right out of town. Hey! Come on! This is a bad idea. There we go. I wonder. Oh! Shit! Oh, God. Did you see it? Did you guys see it? Ugh. That's a tough one. Can I do it? Fuck. I don't even know if it's possible. I don't even know if the angle is possible. We're gonna find out, though. Ah! I hit the gate. It's totally possible. If I can hit the gate, then I can hit the move. I'm so much better at hitting gates, though, than hitting moves. Like not hitting gates like the cool thing to say about racing. I'm talking like actually slamming into gates. Oh, you fucking bastard, you. Let me in there. Don't make this so hard on me, world. Oh, you fuck! Come on now. Come on, give it. Give it! Give it! Oh, I didn't even get out of the dive tower. I gotta actually add a little bit of left roll in to line the damn thing up. Ah! Come on! Oh my god, I was so far on that one. That was just awful. Transmitter's going dead. Fuck. You! Please? Oh, that was a piss poor attempt. Oh my god, what did I hit? Oh no! I've had the volume turned down on my transmitter for so long, I've not heard that sound in maybe like a year. Oh! I think I went through the first one, but not the second one. That was kind of wild. Oh, way short. Well, yeah. I had the elevation. I didn't have the forward momentum. Fuck. Hey! There's the Cockroach65 V3 frame. Frame survived. All is right with the world! Alright. Last up, we've got the WeBleed FPV Prototype V2 frame with the 32,500 kV 0702 Screamers from WeBleed. Here we go. And this has the WeBleed peak screws in it. Let's see how it do. Stop it! Leave me alone. Oh my god, these motors are also the freshest motors. Good lord, they make power. Oh, it almost makes that trick easy. Oh god, unless you're a terrible pilot, then it's still difficult. Stop it! Leave me alone! Oh, you fuck. Oh, come on! Oh, God! No! Come on, please. Please! Please! Help me! Flying is hard! I'm not that good at it! I'm not good enough! No! No! Oh, I felt that one in my fucking soul. Come on, shipbird. There we go. That went through, you could barely see it. But that did go through, I promise. Son of a bitch! This is hard, man. There's a lot of stuff in the way. I gotta, like, I can't go too high or I'll hit that gate in front. Like that. Like, I think I've done that now like 4 times in a row. So I gotta keep it low, but I gotta put it up in the air at, like, just the right angle with a ton of throttle to make it... Ah, oh, man, I keep hitting that fucking single hanging gate. I gotta stay low. See, now I'm like overthinking it, and it's not gonna happen. Ah! Oh, fuck. Hey. I make myself feel better by not hitting the normal mega power loop. Oh my god, NewBeeDrone Gates, I love you. You make me feel better right away. Oh, fucking coffee table, good hell. Oh man, these props are hitting this frame hard. Get you some! I don't know what just happened, but it came out of there. Oh my god! Flat spin through the gate into the wall. Oh, so close. Oh god! Oh! All right, one more. Last battery. Here we go. Bob Noxious says, thanks 661 and CiottiFPV. What's up, 661? If you guys aren't subscribed to 661, I hate you. Go get subbed. Now. He's doing God's work over there. Using black box on tiny whoops. Something that I just am not doing. Oh my god. The chat was not updating. IB674H says you have an Ultimate 65 millimeter. What about 75? Same place that the Ultimate 65 build is. There's an Ultimate 75 build. FPVKnowItAll.com. Joshua's website in the Tiny Whoop section. There's a 75 mil build in there. Oh, that was low. That was a low down, dirty, shitty thing to do to me. Oh, you fartbag bastard. That was me not flying well. Oh, come on. Oh my god, what am I doing? I can't decide. If I can't decide, I'm gonna hit everything. Oh no! Where is it? Oh, it's just in front of the door. Oh my god, what if I just like magically blasted under the coffee table? Okay, I can't even fly under there normally. Come on, you dirty bastard, get under there. Ah! Woo! Oh my god! Suck it, Trebek. Ah! Ooh, Jesus Christ on a crutch! That came right across my face. Holy shit, that was scary. Oh! Oh, I went through! Oh, I went through again! Holy shit! Those NewBeeDrone gates are really, like, I know they don't look to be that much smaller, but they are a lot smaller. I have a really hard time doing stuff through the NewBeeDrone gates compared to all the other ones. Oh my god, but tonight it's just a fucking NewBeeDrone gate fiesta. Oh yeah, get you some! Full dive! Oh, rejected! Nope! I knew it, I knew that wasn't gonna go through. Damn you. A good little burst of donkey nuts right there, though. Oh, that was cool looking. Wasn't what I wanted, but it was still cool looking. Oh, no, 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 I will not give up. Oh, I turned in a little too early. Where am I? Oh, I'm on the desk. Oh, boy. I'm in a weird spot. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Oh, shit. That's buried deep. That ain't coming out. Where you at, little guy? There you are. Okay, last little bit. Let's finish strong. I'm not flying like a complete imbecile right now. It's nice. Now I am. Great. Okay, great! Woo! Oh, imbecile flying returns. Oh my god, that was close to the symbols. Get you some of this. Oops. Oh, fuck off. Why did the battery just... What is What the fuck? What the hell is happening? What? Full throttle, it did nothing. How is that? Oh. It's under something. Oh, fuck. Oh, boy. This is a Santa COVID mask, and it was under it, just wrapping everything up in the motors. That's not good. Hopefully it's just wrapped around the tops of the motors. Turn this transmitter off now. Man, I'll tell you what, the gold line, the OW line, was actually fine. It came right out. The Owline. Let me show you. Let me show you what batteries not to get. Wow, it was like totally fine. I'll show you what batteries to definitely not get. I'm so incredibly disappointed with these batteries. Goldline can go fuck themselves with a large coarse file as far as I'm concerned. And they're expensive batteries. These, don't buy these. Just don't buy any Goldline batteries. Their batteries suck balls. But yeah, this is the highest milliamp battery that'll fit in a QX7, and it's just the most disappointing battery ever. This is the fourth one that I've purchased. Over there is the third one that I purchased. The first two dropped cells within like a couple of months, and I should have stopped buying them. But, you know, why not be dumb in life? When in doubt, be dumb in life. And then other people will hate you. Maybe other people will love you if you can manage to get in front of enough of them here on YouTube and be dumb. WeBleed Crown prototype V2 frame has survived, and the WeBleed peak screws have also survived. And not for lack of trying, though. We had some good crashes in there. Cool. Thumbs up on the peak screws. I thought that I would be breaking peak screws left and right. I've been pretty impressed by their durability. Motherfucker, it is cold in this house, man. But our electricity and gas bills have been kind of brutal, so cold it is. I'm gonna have to start wearing Canadian hats and coats and shit on these live streams. Which was I gonna do something to? I don't remember. But I'll just put them all away and it'll be fine. There we go. Gas or something, or I'm having a heart attack. Either or. How low did I bring this battery? 3.7. Beautiful. Thank you for not catching on fire, little battery. So there you go. There's your 6 batteries a day. I hope that you do your 6 batteries either now or later, or maybe you've already done them. But join me on this wild 6 battery per day adventure, and we will get better at tiny whooping. And then as soon as all of the other Tiny Whoop freestyle contests have ended, I will do mine. I talked like a month ago about doing a Tiny Whoop freestyle contest, and then I didn't necessarily forget about it, but I just didn't talk about it again. And now all of a sudden everybody else is doing Tiny Whoop freestyle competitions, and I don't want it to seem like I'm just biting off of them. So I'm gonna wait to do mine. But it's coming, and the prizes are pretty dope. We've got a gold. There'll be a gold medal. There'll be a silver medal, and there'll be a bronze medal. Literal medals from WeBleed, which is just super awesome. Shout out to them for sending these over a while back. So yeah, these will be the prizes for the victor of the freestyle contest. But yeah, I'm gonna wait. Let you guys get in on those other contests. And then once those are over with, I'll do one. It'll be edit based. It'll be a 30-second edit that you put together. One big hit, 15,000 cuts. I don't care. Whatever is the best to watch, that's what wins. It's not necessarily a pilot skill competition. It's a who can make the best 30 seconds of freestyle tiny whooping. Although, fuck it. No, not just freestyle. If you want to do it cinematic, do it cinematic. Whoever can make the best 30-second tiny whoop thing on YouTube to watch. At the end of the 30 seconds, the best one wins. Not the best pilot, not the best editor. Maybe it's the best pilot. maybe it's not. Maybe it's the third best pilot that's the best editor. I kind of doubt that, but yeah, let your creativity go ham. At the end of 30 seconds, yeah. Even, like, so Danish Stallion is really good at editing in, like, comedy to his flight. Well, he used to be, at least. I think lately it's been more just, like, hard freestyle. But, yeah, he used to put, like, really, really fun comedic things into his edits. And it made him super fun to watch. So if you manage to do that and it's just 30 seconds of hysterical smiles, guess what? You're probably going to win. As long as it's not just, you know, like you just, I don't know, funny cat videos or something like that. Like, it has to be FPV heavy. But yeah. Bob Noxious says, even fail trees are dicks. What does that mean? Oh, even fake trees are dicks. Ethan W says, yo, I got my first 65mm whoop, Meteor 65. I put the BetaFPV 30,000 kV 702s in it, and I love the power. I don't enjoy the 2-minute flight time, though. I can't really speak to the BetaFPV 30,000 kV 0702s, but you just watched me fly a bunch of the WeBleed and Tiny Whoop 0702 30,000s and 32,000s, and the run times that I just got were pretty much right on, like, 3 minutes, as they always have been. That's me flying in a small room. If I were to take these rigs outside and blast them down the street at, like, 50-degree up tilt, they would probably only get 2 minutes of flying. That's not what a Tiny Whoop is for. So, yeah, runtime is very dependent on you as a pilot. Although it's mainly dependent on, like, how much ground you cover. If you try to cover a lot of ground, it's going to eat through the battery. But again, that's kind of not what Tiny Whoops are for, unless you want to bring racing into the mix, but I don't care about racing, so yeah. But none of the racers run the crazy high KV motors. Hockey Round says, look like your camera angle may be higher than normal. I thought I might have noticed that too. I just kind of smashed through it. Whatever. It's over now. What else we got going on here? Just in Time FPV says, wasn't counting or nothing, but 84, oh my god, 84 crashes. You had that one good run looping the NewBeeDrone gates. Loved it. Yeah, sometimes I'll get like 1 or 2 good runs, but man, it's my whole philosophy is like, fuck it, crash it. They're damn near indestructible. I would rather go out in a blaze of glory trying an across the entire room fully stalled out inverted throw that makes it than to play it safe and not do that kind of stuff. When I'm flying outside and the rigs don't crash as good, I don't like push it this hard. But yeah, inside where you can crash these things 7 million times, like, to hell with it. Let's do it. Back in my days of motorsport, you couldn't really crash at all. You kind of could. Autocross is really good with having a good amount of runoff and whatnot, and I would commonly push beyond the limit, but yeah, one of the really cool things about FPVs, you can crash 1,000 times and you're never going to get hurt unless you hit yourself with a 5-inch rig. But yeah, so take advantage of that, in my opinion. Crash a lot. CMYK rocked 13 batteries today before the rain. Very cool. 22 yesterday. CMYK trying to get good. Mogo Lord says, just did my 6 batteries. Thank you. You're certainly welcome. All right, cool. Let's do some work on the cinematic Walksnail Fractal build in 75mm flavor. Logitech, you're doing a terrible job as always. Let me relaunch their horrible software, which will hopefully make this camera look a little bit better. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. Come on, please. Please. Please? Please. Make it work, the man said. Logitech, come on, make it work. Let's go, Logitech. Let's go. Come on. Oh, I can't believe I just said let's go. What an asshole. What kind of an asshole says that? Okay, focus. Why is autofocus able to... Oh, that's annoying. The manual focus... won't get as crisp as... Yeah, well, I just had it set incorrectly. What was that? Did that just... Okay, no, we're good. All right, let's start farting about with this thing. So apparently I've already done a 75mm build. I didn't even remember that, but I've got a 75mm frame here with the screw holes drilled out for M2, which is cool because we're going to use M2 on this. So that we have screws long enough for the AIO and the Walksnail glip clop. Let me see if these are M2 screw holes that are threaded, or if I ran the screw up from the bottom and ripped the threads out of these M2 screw holes. Is there really not a single M2 screw on this desk? What fresh hell is this? Hold on. Let's get... What is happening? Get out of there! No, I don't want you. You're a piece of shrink wrap. Nobody wants you. Get out of there! There's like 80... There we go. Can you... What? You can't... Would you just... What? Please, just... Okay, it is threaded. These screws are not just falling through the holes, so that's great. Hopefully they are threaded enough that they don't strip out. Hopefully they don't strip out is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, cool. So put this back real quick. Although, I mean, this might be the right length. No. No way. No way the M2 hardware in the random iFlight Beast thing sitting right there is the correct length. That's an impossibility. Let's see. Nah, it's a little too short. I think it's 2mm too short. But we will go down the hardware road when we get there. It will almost certainly not be tonight. We got to do wiring. We got to do all kinds of other shit first. So... Get out of there! Get out! There we go. Okay. So, Fractal 75 frame. BetaFPV cross-style AIO. This pigtail... Man, am I tempted to just leave it. I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to leave it, and then eventually this will break, and then I'll change it to the cool little custom setup. But this is fine. Okay. So the pads that we're going to be using are the pads on the back here, which means that we can put the 3 rubber grombos on here. That's right. I said grombo. On the Walksnail VTX, I've already got a set of grommets here. So I'm just going to like mock this up and see what is going to hit. What I'm starting to realize with these is I pretty much always orient the Walksnail VTX with the antenna up front. This way the antenna can run backwards. On the freestyle builds, I do that so that the front of the canopy has a spot to sit. On these builds, I do it so that I can just run the VTX antenna right off the front here and just point it upwards, and it just kind of works. So this is, I feel like, just the right orientation most of the time. So let's see what hits on what. And I mean, it should be fine. Like, we've done this, almost this identical build I mean, this is almost the identical build right here. This is the identical build right here, but without the heat shield on the VTX. So we should be completely fine. Why did I use such big grommets on here? I used the extra tall grommets. Is there a reason for that? Was something hitting the frame? It doesn't look like it. I think maybe no, I put them right side down. Why did I use such tall grommets? That was a weird choice. I mean, it's fine. But yeah, I really don't need to use grommets that are that tall. Strange choice by past me. But when I stack these guys up, they're like, this is gonna be easy to space this out. There's plenty of clearance. I'm gonna put, this will be perfect. On this thing, I use the tallest Happy Model grommets on the bottom, and then I use these red grommets on the top. For this thing, the grommets that are in this Walksnail VTX are pretty much identical to these red grommets that I used on this one. So we're going to use a shorter grommet for the AIO itself and see what happens. Maybe it won't work. They do ship it with a set of grommets. Let's grab those and take a look at them here. Let's take this hardware out while we're at it too. Okay, so the grommets they ship are the really skinny ones. I don't think that I'm gonna run these ultra skinny boys, but I might. You never know. Let me. I always wondered where these slightly different pointy black screws came from, and now I know they're from BetaFPV. Okay, so we've got what are our options here? I can do the light blue grommets from T-Motor. I do just have some black grommets that are slightly thicker on one side. Fart. I'm definitely not going to use these though. I'm going to put these away. And then I've got the iFlight light blue grommets. The iFlight pink grommets, which are a different durometer, which is the hardness of the rubber. And then I've got those massively tall Happy Model grommets, which yeah, I don't really see a point. I'm gonna go. Let's go all black. This will be the all black rig. Nah, there's gonna be a little bit of purple, but let's go all black. I think. Let's see if I have a matched set first, though, because I know there's two slightly different thicknesses to these all black grommets here. I'm like running through my grommets, man. There used to be a point where I couldn't put any more grommets in this little container, but I've managed to use a whole bunch of them, which is kind of great. All right, so there we go. I'm going to use these little guys here. I'm not going to use this last one that I pulled out. He looks kind of boogered up. I'll use these three. Are these the same thing? Let me look at them a little bit more closely. They look pretty similar, but what I don't want is to put different grommets in that are like different durometers. And so let me just take a second to kind of look at these guys together. Nah, yeah, these are the same thing. All right, cool. So this should be fine. Okay. And the next decision is, do I run them with the thick part down or the thick part up? With the thick part up, they're going to give more clearance between the AIO and the VTX. With the thick part down, the AIO is going to sit higher on the frame. Oh, did I maybe have it boosted up so that it would clear the The battery cable? No, there's tons of clearance there. I have no idea why I put such thick grommets on the bottom of this damn thing. Huh. Strange choice that past me made. It's fine, it works. Weird. Alright, so how low can this AIO sit on here? Pretty low? Right? I'm going to judge it by where the USB port ends up. It can't be low enough that the USB port peeks out the bottom of the frame because the battery goes right up the middle. So that's like one of the major height requirements. Yeah, I'm going to have to run these grommets with the thick part facing down. I can already tell. And yeah, I think I might have lifted that one up so high because of these battery leads. They just exit in a really weird spot for this frame. So, all right, we're not going to put the grommet on the rear one because I need to solder to some pads that are right on top. We're going to put the front and side grommets on. And now these holes are properly sized, so putting these grommets in here is super easy. And I can probably even just do it with my fingies rather than having to use tweezers or floss or other annoying tools. Yeah, there we go. Good to go. So there's the first one. Here comes the second. I genuinely do not know if the VTX is going to have enough clearance with these grommets on here, but we're going to see in a minute. I might actually need to. I don't really know. I don't know how this is going to go down, but I have a funny feeling it's going to be okay. This hole here is right on top of the and the other one too. They're right on top of the motor plugs, which just makes it a little bit harder to get this grommet through, which is why I'm having to use the tweezers. But as you can see, the experience that we're having right now getting these grommets in does not match up with the experience that we had the other night. Trying to mount grommets into the Walksnail VTX is a fucking nightmare. They made the holes in the VTX just a little bit too small for these grommets, but you kind of need grommets in it because you need somewhere for the bing bong to glip glop. So there's that. All right, that's looking good. Plenty of clearance for the battery wires to come out. Nothing seems to be hitting. Yeah. So now let's see if there's going to be enough clearance up to the VTX. And sure as shit, there is tons. Wow, yeah. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, great. So this spacing is good to go. I have one extra grommet that I'm going to have to put on last because I need to solder this guy up to this guy. And it is 9:54. Let's see if we can blast through this real quick. I think we should be able to knock this out. The pads on the BetaFPV, I think, do have silk screening that is readable. Yup. 5 volt. Wait, what? G for ground. O and I. What the fuck is O and I? One of them has to be video. In and out. There it is. There it is. Video in, video out. Okay, so we are going to take. Oh wait, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're just hooking up to R1 and well, in this case, it's gonna be R2 and T2. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We don't need to mess with the video pads. Right. All right, get a little flux on here. And so those are the R2 and T2 pads. We're going to pull power off of the tops of the battery leads. So So I'll put a bunch of flux on there. And we're pretty much good to go now. So I think I'm going to leave these guys full length because they're going to go around the corner. Nope, they're going to go around this corner down here. Now I'll cut them down a little bit. I'm going to cut the power and ground leads a little shorter. And so the power lead is going to be the shortest. So this is going to sit here. Okay, so the power lead's the shortest, then the ground lead. Those are probably already the right length. And then white is RX, and that's going to go to the T-pad. You know what? These might be the perfect lengths already. I'm going to leave them alone. I don't know how it worked out like this, but yeah, these are kind of the perfect lengths. That's odd. Let's strip them, tin them, and then blast them down on this AIO. And just like that, all the soldering will be done. Because I'm choosing to be a lazy bastard and not change out the battery lead. But I mean, this BT 2.0 battery lead they put on here is fine. Like, I'm sacrificing a little bit extra weight because it's ever so slightly longer than it needs to be. But when I've weighed the sections of battery lead that I've cut off of Tiny Whoops to do my 180-degree ultra slim chill method, I've been very disappointed. Like, it's like 0.1 of a gram, 0.2 of a gram. Like, that's not quite enough to justify the amount of work. Unless I'm making one from scratch. Like, if this didn't have a BT 2.0 lead on it, yeah, I would make one. It's fine. But it's got a functioning BT 2.0 lead on it, so I'm going to leave it. And someday it'll shit the bed, or I'll get all antsy that it's too heavy, and I'll do it. But yeah, for right now. Also, to do the battery leads, you don't have to take the rig apart. So it's an easy thing to do after the fact. If it were a situation where, like, I would have to pull the whole rig apart to do it, I would probably do it right now. But that ain't the case, so fuck it, we'll do it later. You know what I mean? Thank you, Chick with a Stick. Kind of you to say, as always. All right, here we go. Let's get these guys tinned. And then the fun can begin. This is Kester 63, whatever, 70, 37, 73 solder. Ah! All right, there we go. Oh man, I am shaky as shit tonight. Jesus. Might be because I'm hungry. It's probably because I'm hungry. I got the hanger shakes. All right. Wires are all tinned. Now let's tin the pads on the AIO. And they are absolutely microscopic. So we've got one. And then, Jesus, this other one is just stupidly small, too. All right, wow. There we go with that. The power leads are actually, let me add a little bit to the power leads. They've got solder on them, obviously, but it is lead-free solder. And so we'll just add some leaded solder here just for the sake of trying to chase some of that lead-free garbage out. Okay. That's looking good. And I just added a little bit of solder to those pads, which is nice because we're going to be doubling up 2 wires on the same pad. which is not a problem because they're through holes. That's one of the things I love about through holes. All right, nerd goggles going on because there's just no way in hell to do this work without them. And let me try to give you a close-up view of what's going on here. All right, so, ouch. Let's bring this guy down so that there's some chance of you guys seeing what the hell's going on. And let's just fire it up. The gray is going to go to the R. Okay, so the gray is going to be the first one that we do. And it's going to hook up with this pad here. Okay. So I'm going to do this upside down. I'm going to put the VTX upside down, I should say. And just kind of haphazardly balance it. What could go wrong? This is a stupid way of doing it, but it'll be fine. All right, gray wire up first. I'm going to put the wire completely flat on the PCB here and just go yoink. All right, so it's flat, and now I'm just going to rework it really quick to get it to get enough solder up over the wire. Right now, I mean, it's technically kind of fine, but not really fine. Actually, no, you know, it's actually totally fine right now, but I like to push down on the wire a little bit, which actually I'm not supposed to do. You're not supposed to interrupt the lay of the wires. But why do things right when you can do things wrong and have it do things wrong in a way that seems right? Because, you know, fuck data. What seems correct must always be correct, right? No? Oh. Damn. Well, somebody should tell all those people. There we go. All right, cool. Those two guys are on. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they run with this thing, like, in position. All right, so do they have to cross over one another is my main question. And the answer is no. They technically do. Yes, they do. They do. They do have to fold over one another, which is fine. That's not the end of the world. Okay. So now I'm going to leave this VTX right side up, and I'm just going to run the power and ground. So it's going to be power on the left, ground on the right. So these guys will not have to cross over each other, which just warms my fucking heart. All right. So here comes, I need to move the work around. Don't move yourself around the work, move the work around you. And we're going to take the ground lead, and I want to pay attention to, like, the way that the wires are going to lay. So I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold the wires under like this, and then I'm going to grab them with the tweezers and pull them out of there. Okay. As it turns out, I think they are going to have to cross over one another. I don't know why I didn't notice that until just now. All right, so here's the ground wire. We just want to get it as close to in position as possible. It's hard when you're soldering up on top of another pad, but you can do it. Ah, fart. Let's do this. I'm going to grab it like this, and then I can just run it straight down like that. There we go. Okay, cool. And I'm going to angle these outwards because that's how they're going to wrap around the board. Man, I am shaky as shit tonight. But I'm going to put it at enough of an angle where I can fit the power lead in next to it. There we go. All right, nice and flat. And now here is positive lead. And I'm going to do basically the same thing. All right. Grab it real nice like. Get that angle on it. And drop it on down. All right, now both of these guys are sitting up too high. Let's get them flattened out a little bit here. There's one. And gotta figure out how I can grab this and push it down lower. Just gotta grab it with like just the absolute sharp ass tips of these tweezers. All right, got it. And now, shit, I'm gonna have to pull that off and redo it. Try to do it all at once. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Woo! Okay, soldering is done. Boy, oh boy, is it nice to get all the soldering done on a rig in like 10 minutes. That's pretty great. Okay. And as it turns out, the positive and negative are going to have to cross over one another, but that's fine. And unfortunately, they're crossing in the opposite direction of the white and gray, so that's going to drive me insane, but whatever. I'll just try to ignore it. That is soldered up and ready to go. These are sitting kind of weird, but it's gonna be fine. They'll figure out their. Ah, shit! No, I did it wrong. I have to redo the positive and negative. I forgot the MIPI plug sits right here, and the positive and negatives are just going right up into where the MIPI plug is going to need to live. Matter of fact, I might need to cut the RX and TX leads a little bit shorter for that same reason. Although, no, I think I can actually just take up some of the extra cable length by pushing them up like this. And then they'll kind of turn the corner. Hold on, I can see a little tiny solder ball for some reason. Where the hell did you come from? Yep, got it. Yeah, I should have cut these a little bit shorter. But I believe I can make it work. You know what? No, they don't have to. The white and gray do not have to cross over each other. I just have to get them. I just have to. There's too much wire. There's too much wire in the gray one. Man, this is the fiddliest shit ever. Yeah, no, what is this hanging up? Oh, the MIPI. It's hanging up on the MIPI plug. Interesting. Yeah, this is just so fucking fiddly, man. Jesus. And these have to sit flat. I mean, I guess it doesn't really have to sit flat. CiottiFPV says, would the Walksnail Pro camera fit? Oh, and a Ripsqueak. Probably. Almost certainly. Definitely. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Off Axis says, remind me who made those Gangly Gang fans. Douglas Otwell. There's going to be another Gangly fan on the 12 Hours of Christmas live stream, so you can win one then. And then there'll be another one in the first, in the January giveaways. Pretty much every month. Hockey Round says, everyone in FPV has some wires crossed. Indeed. Shit. All right. So, yeah, I didn't think this all the way through. I think the white and grays are actually fine. They're just an annoying amount too long. I wish I'd shorten them up a little bit. And the thing that's really killing me is that the gray one is just too long. The gray one, and then that makes them want to cross over each other, and they really don't need to. So yeah, and then the power leads are just angled in the wrong direction. They need to be angled outwards like this. So yeah, I at the very least need to redo the power leads. I'm going to redo the gray lead while I'm at it, just because all I need to do is shorten it. Let's just get it right on the first hit, rather than screwing around and spending a ton of time trying to fix this. Hold on. I need the nerd goggles for this. This is just so goddamn small. All right, here we go. So all right, gray lead's coming off, and I'm just gonna shorten it up ever so slightly. Yes, seriously, just that much. It has to do with the way that the wires lay, and if they cross over them, like I'm spacing these boards so close together that the wires crossing over each other ends up being too thick. So you got to get the wire runs absolutely perfect to do these ultra tight builds. All right, that is now good. Let's put it back down on the pad, and we'll move on to the power and ground. That didn't sit quite flat enough. Let's get it right. All right, beautiful. Let's see if that was enough. Oh God, it wasn't quite enough. I should have removed a little bit more. What an idiot. Oh, fart. Yeah, no, it's not quite enough. That's annoying. Hold on. No, I might be okay. I'm gonna leave it. I think it's maybe ever so slightly okay. All right, so the power and ground leads, they need to come out in an odd kind of direction, and I might do something super weird with these, and that's great. Jesus. Okay, here we go. I'll take both of them off. All right. So, here we go. How can I route these so that they're as clean as possible, but also have enough space? So we've got the gray and the white. gray and the white are pissing me off. I'm gonna do it right. Do things right, yo. If you don't, you'll regret it. And it's even worse when you ragret it. You never want to ragret anything. Now I need to make sure I don't remove too much. Okay, but the more I remove from this gray, the better it's going to make these things sit. This is actually going to be really nice here. Okay, it's in this. All right, good. I'm just going to drop it straight down. It's fine. All right, and get in there. Good to go. Okay, cool. So they will now sit much better as long as I didn't make the gray one too short. Yeah, now we're good. We're good. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right, so now the red and black. How can I set these up so that they don't have to cross over? If I send the plus up that way, okay, that's how I do it. I send the plus this way and then the minus that way, and it'll oop up and over. But I need to shorten them. I need these to be significantly shorter so that they'll clear the MIPI plug. And so, well, maybe. Hold on. Let me see what's up with these two. Let me see what's up with the gray and the white. Okay, so if the gray and the whites are there, I could maybe just run these two guys up higher. Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run these guys up higher. If I have to glue some of these wires down, I will. I'll welder some of these wires down, maybe. Yeah, no, that's good. Okay. So if I put this like this, these guys will be in just the right spot, sorta. And okay, the red one. Fucker, come on. The red one's gonna go straight up and out, and then the black one is gonna go down that way. And I believe that's how I'm gonna get this to sit perfectly flat on here. Let's do the ground first. Okay. I'm gonna put it right there. Ugh, gross. Did a terrible job with that. Let's come back in and fix it. Awesome. There's one. Here's the other. And come on, yo. It's kind of ugly, but beauty's in the eye of the beholder, yo. Hold on, I'm moving myself around the work. All right, hold on. There's a chance that they're bridged right now, so I just want to make sure that I fix that. Yeah, no, they're not. Fuck. right, that'll make absolutely sure that they're not, though. That was a necessary evil. There we go. Much better. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Stop fucking with it. Okay. No, it's not. It's not. We're gonna put a little bit of flux on it. I'll make absolutely sure. All right, that's a tiny little bit of flux. Clean the tip all the way off, and I just want to make sure that this isn't a cold solder joint. There's a chance that it is. Now it's definitely not. Okay, cool. Good to go. All right, let's see how they lay. Oh, yeah, baby. There it is. So you need to get them to lay like that so that they will clear the MIPI plug. See the MIPI plug down there? Ugh. So yeah, the MIPI plug is down there, so they have to clear it. So you got to get it. You got to route them so that they'll pack up together here on the right like that and clear it. See what I mean? And then why did I do that? And then up on the top, you know, you can kind of adjust the way that they loop up on top. But that's the way to do it, in my opinion. Wonder how Happy Model does it when they build theirs. That'd be cool to buy theirs and then look at the differences in the way they do it versus the way I do it. Maybe I'll do that someday. Probably not. Digital rigs are expensive, man. Digital bind and flies are like really expensive. I mean, they're not, but it's just when you add the price of the digital VTX in, my brain just like, what? $250 for a fucking tiny whoop bind and fly? What shit is that? Like, it makes total sense, but at the same time, it's just like, nah, man. Can't be paying more than $100 for a bind and fly. What kind of shit is this? This grommet is going to be a bastard because the USB port is right next to it. Or it'll be super easy because they put the properly sized holes in this AIO. All right. Well, that's really the build. I just now need to drop it, find the right length screws, drop it down on there, plug in the MIPI, and yeah, Bob shall be our uncle. Uncle Kunkel, Bob Bobberson. Uncle Bob! I have no idea. All right. And so pull these guys a little bit tight here just to kind of put the shape into the wires. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I wish I'd cut the ground lead ever so slightly shorter, but it's going to be all right. Get this MIPI plugged in here. And next time, we should be able to finish this build. Sounds insane saying that. Doing an entire build in just 2 live streams is kind of ridiculous for me, but hey. Stranger things have happened, yo. Cool. This'll sit up here. I'll take these. I'm not going to use these screws. Damn. Yeah, down the road, this is going to get a proper Walksnail light camera, but I don't have one at the moment. And I'm going to just wait a minute to get the next one. Sweet. Mount this upwards. Oh, wait, no. Oh, shit. Hold on. Is this cable going to be long enough for the fractal build? Oh, God. Oh, no. I might need to go to a longer MIPI cable. What did I do on this one? That's a slightly longer cable. Well, where does that one sit? So I'm going to use that back hole. Nah, this might be just right. Might be exactly right, because it is going to really sit. Nah, I think it's absolutely perfect, come to think of it. Wow, that's kind of ridiculous how nicely that lines up. So it's going to sit here like this. This guy's going to go through there. Come out here. So it's going to sit like that, and then it's just going to hang out on the front there. Oh man, this is going to have... I don't know if this camera is going to work, man. We are going to try it, but I don't know if this camera is going to work. We're not going to try it tonight, though. We're going to finish this up next time. Sorry, but it's already 10:30. And I start getting crankier and crankier and crankier after 2 hours. Whoo! Oh, I thought I had the overhead cam on. Sorry, guys. Kevin Sumner says, $100 bind and fly. What is this, 2018? Tommy Newton says, what's up, man? Long time. How you been, buddy? I'm good. Morton Upshot says, swap screens. Thank you. Better late than never. Cool. Good to go, friends. Thanks for hanging. CiottiFPV.com has a million ways you can support me. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are the only reason that I'm able to do this full time. So help a buddy out. Give me a couple of bucks, and I'll spend it on things to test, to make good content for you. If you join my Patreon, it'll only cost you 7.5 cents per hour of live streaming. You can't tell me that the last 2.5 hours weren't worth 18 to 19 cents. I don't know. Maybe that's the math. Be good, my friends. Thank you for hanging. CiottiFPV.com. Do it. Here comes some more flying with a Ripsqueak. I don't know when from. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but here it comes, yo. Some jams from Epidemic Sound. I'll see you on Friday. Be good, yo. What's happening? There we go. All right, buddies. Love you. See you Friday. Bye-bye!